Hello my friends and welcome. Today I would like to talk about knitting accessories or tools, and some of them are essential and some just optional. So first we'll start with needles. These ones here, they're called straight needles, and generally they are used for flat knitting. So basically you're knitting on the right side, then turn your knitting and knit back on the wrong side. They have like a knot at the end of the needle. That's just to prevent stitches to slide off them. And I think they come in different lengths as well. I'm not sure, I have only with this one pair. I don't use them often. For me they're a bit uncomfortable because they always catch somewhere. But that's an option. Then we do have circular needles, and they're just basically straight needles where the tips are joined by the cable. They make it possible to knit spiral line, creating a tube. And also they can be used for straight, like flat knitting. I prefer circular needles. They too come in different sizes. They're made from different materials. The cable between it can be made out of the wire, or it can be just plastic. They're really handy. The size of the needles, they're different. There are big, bulky ones for chunky knitting, these small ones, and also the length of the cables are different ones. The smallest one I have, that's 40 centimeters from one tip to another tip. They are really good for hats, sleeves, and all other small circular items. Then they're 60 centimeters long, 80 centimeters, 100, 120 centimeters. Really handy if you want to do if you want to knit big things like blankets or big shawls or anything. Next we have double pointed needles. They have point to both sides of the needles. I mean, they usually come in sets of 4 or 5. These needles are generally used to make smallish tubes. For example, socks or sleeve cuffs, mittens, tops of hats, and all the other small items. They also come in different lengths and different materials. They can be made out of wood, like bamboo, walnut. They can be stainless steel. Stainless steel is they're durable and they slide. The stitches slide on them nicely. But then you also the stitches might slip off them as well easily. And there are aluminium ones. Now the other items you might want to have when you knit, those are scissors. Next ones are tapestry needles. They can be plastic, they can be metal, aluminium. And we have safety pins. They're always handy. Needle gauge. There's just basically different size little holes in there. And because some of the needles, they don't actually have numbers written on them, then it's quite handy to have it, because you just need to check which hole needle fits. So it's number 4. Tape measure marked with centimeters and inches on another side. We just use it to measure gauge on our samples or swatches, and just to check knitting pieces as we go along, really. Right, next we have cable needles. Just the standard, like, I don't know, 3mm crochet hook. That's excellent. That will do. That's that one. We have stitch holders. They're quite handy. They're just basically like large safety pins, and we use them to secure stitches that will be worked up or finished off later. Right, next ones are markers. Stitch markers. Come all sorts of sizes, different colors. That's very handy. Different shapes. You can actually make your own stitch markers. I've done a couple of those. They just made out of yarn, just tie it up, and they're ready to go. Right, other ones, they are point protectors. They're just small rubber pointed caps. Row counters. Just mechanical ones or the digital ones. They are optional as well. You can use a piece of paper and a pen and just mark each round as you finish it.